Have you ever seen people who you know they have potential? They have potential to succeed. Like if you look at them, maybe you were their classmates, you went to the same university with them, or it was in secondary school and you were in the same school. When you take a look at them, you will see that these people are really smart. But over the years, you find out when you look at them over the years, you find out that they are not able to achieve any meaningful thing in their life. They have great potential, but they are not able to achieve their full potential. They can't get a good job, they can't start a successful business and succeed financially. You just watch them and you just see them slipping by. And you're wondering why are people who have so much potential so stuck, always stuck? It may be happening to you. Maybe you're this kind of person that you had a great potential. You are smart. It's not like you're not smart. You are hardworking. All right. You come up with business ideas. You have a goal. You have something you want to achieve with your life. But no matter the effort you put in, you just can't seem to succeed. Have you ever wondered why this thing keep happening to you? And not just you, but a lot of people, like millions of people. That is why we have in a country like Nigeria, where we have over 200 million people, more than 90%, that means over 190 million people are stuck or broke. And not just in Nigeria, it happens all over the world. People who have great potentials, who are supposed to be high flyers, often get to a point in their life where they are stuck, completely stuck. Like every effort they put in, they can't seem to succeed. And it just becomes their reality. They keep trying and trying and trying. 1 year passed, 2 years passed, 3 years is passed, 5 years down the line, 10 years later, they are still trying. They are still trying to win. And you'll be wondering what exactly is happening. So I'll tell you with this story. I was watching a video of a man on LinkedIn, and he was talking about how he used to be a teacher in kindergarten. And he said that anytime he asks these children between ages 1 to 5 a question, and the question is, who amongst you can draw? He said when he asked this question, almost everybody in the class will raise their hands, indicating interest that they can draw. And eventually, when he gives them the marker and they get to the whiteboard, he will discover that almost all of them cannot draw. And then he said he also moved on. He observed it and he moved on. And when he got to secondary school, he happened to start teaching in secondary school, that is higher and high school. He said he would often repeat the question to high schoolers. And this time, 30% of people will only indicate interest that they can actually draw. He said he observed it. He moved on again to become a university lecturer. At this point, he said he will ask the same question: who amongst you can draw? And he said almost nobody will indicate interest or raise their hands that they can draw. Maybe one person who is an artist would finally indicate interest that he could draw. And what does this teach you? You would think that, well, as we grow as adults, we begin to know our strengths and our weaknesses, but that is not actually the point. The point is that there is a phenomenon that has been discovered that as people grow older, they begin to lose their self belief. Why is it that children between ages 1 to 5, when you ask them a simple question, even when they do not know how to do it, they say they can? That is because they have not learned how to doubt their capabilities. Children do not know how to doubt their capabilities. But as we grow older, we begin to doubt our capabilities and we begin to grow in so much disbelief about ourselves. This is just a normal phenomenon as we grow older as human beings. But it gets interesting. This same phenomenon is exactly why people, when they experience failure in business or did not grow up in a conducive environment, an environment that doesn't encourage failure. When your parents tell you, you can't fail, you have to be the first in your class. Suddenly, you begin to think that it's not okay to fail. And as you experience failure, you judge yourself as incapable. In fact, you tell yourself that you cannot succeed at anything. And it just goes on and on and on. It gets to the point where you absolutely distrust yourself and you begin to self sabotage. That is where people come up with ideas, but because they have experienced a past business failure, they come up with ideas and they refuse to implement that idea because they feel, no, this might not work. And if it doesn't work, I will lose money. And if I lose money, I will lose more self belief in myself. So they just come up with beautiful ideas, write it in their notepad, but they never execute. And before you know it, this becomes a behavior. It forms them, it becomes their character, and it becomes their habit. And so they consistently self sabotage. They come up with beautiful, brilliant ideas, but they refuse to execute it. Or when they execute a business opportunity, the moment they begin to experience a little failure or see an obstacle, they run off to the next business opportunity. And before you know it, this just becomes their lifestyle, it becomes their pattern. That is why year one to year two to year three to year four, they are into this business today. And then the next time they're trying another business, and then the next time it's another business altogether because they don't actually believe in their capabilities. They have grown to internally doubt themselves. That is why they are exhibiting this behavior. And sometimes they will say, oh, I'm a perpetual procrastinator. Sweetheart, you are not a procrastinator. You are smart. And some other people will tell you, well, I'm not so academically smart, so I'm not sure if I can remember this or if I can do this in business. Or some people tell you, oh, well, I'm a career person. I don't think I can succeed in business. So they begin to give excuses. The real problem is that as humans grow older, they begin to doubt their capabilities, they learn to disbelieve themselves, they grow in self disbelief. That is the real problem. And that is why a lot of adults cannot seem to get off their feet. A lot of people remain stuck and broke even in a good economy. Even in USA, we have homeless people. So it's not peculiar to third world countries. It's not because you are living in a third world country that is why you cannot get your feet off the ground. It's because you have learned to doubt your capabilities, and it starts from kindergarten. As you experience failures, or the teacher calls you out, oh, you're not bright, you're not intelligent, and then you take your result and you get home and your parents tell you are not the brilliant, you're not the best person in class, therefore they don't give you the accolade. And it just continues on, and it grows into a deep-seated self-doubt and disbelief that makes you to run away at the slightest opportunity. The beginning of the healing process and the recovery is awareness. And that is why I'm making this video, because it's becoming, I've I've been there for several times, and I finally discovered what is happening. I sat under mentorship and I broke through. And that is why I'm making this video, because I want people to see what is happening behind the scene of their life. And once you are aware of what is going on behind the scene of your life, then it is easier to correct it. But when you don't know what is happening behind the scene, it gets really difficult to correct this problem. And that is why I'm making this video, to create the awareness. In the next 90 days, we are going to be on this journey, and I hope you will be with me on this journey. Then hopefully at the end of 90 days, we would have covered so much ground that a lot of people will be able to finally see what is going on and pull themselves out. No matter how long you have stayed in the trenches, no matter how long you stayed stuck, unable to fulfill that goal in your heart, that dream in your heart, that dream life that you have always wanted to achieve or live, that dream house you have always wanted to live, that vacation you want to go but you never seem to go, the kind of schools that you want to place your children but you cannot place them because you don't have the money. I think it is time for you to begin to see what is happening to you and why you can't seem to get off financially and even achieve the kind of life you want. This is the journey that we're going to be embarking in the next 90 days. And I really hope that you will come with me on this journey. Till next time, my friends, we'll talk about another topic and we'll dig deeper. And I want to see you on stock at the end of this 90 days. By the way, I wrote a free ebook about this whole topic. Why am I stuck? 5 poisons keeping people broke and stuck even after reading all the workbook. If you want a copy of that book, it's absolutely free. You will see the link on my bio and you'll be able to access it free by joining my email list. So let's get on this journey together and see how we can break this pattern and this unconscious conditioning that is keeping people stuck and paralyzed and never able to get off the ground and kick their lives forward. Until next time, my friend, who will see you in the next video. My name is Joy, and God bless you.